So this woman recently gives birth, and her husband demands that she pay the entire hospital bill herself. Now, there's more to the story. They've been married 7 years. She just had their first baby 3 months ago. They split everything in their marriage 50-50 when it comes to finances and generally keep their money separate. And everything seemed to be going pretty well until they received a hospital bill for this birth. So here's the deal. She planned to give birth without any medication, but after 24 hours of labor, decided to do the epidural. And when the bill came, her husband expected her to pay the entire $8,000 bill herself. And when she asked why, he said, "You're the one who couldn't hold out for a few more hours,
my
and you jacked up the bill, and I shouldn't have to pay for all of these extra requests." And then finally, if she wanted luxury, she should expect to pay for it.
Oh, my God.
If you tried that on Sheila, what would happen? What hell would break loose?
Here's the thing. I wouldn't even be, I wouldn't know.
You wouldn't get the sentence
because
out.
by the time those words left my mouth, I would already be at the gates, and I don't know which set of gates I would be at if I said something like this.
Now, if you're wondering all the extra, what jacked up this bill? Well, of course, the epidural, very expensive. Lactation consultant, nursery fee, extra night stay, postpartum supplies, any food she ate. So all of that made the bill go up. And so he goes, "Well, that was your decision, so you should pay for that. That's not coming out of my pile of the pot." So she ended up paying the entire bill on her own. And she's now wondering and questioning, are her feelings valid, John?
Okay, so I had somebody call my show a few years ago, and here's the question. She had a 2-year-old and a 7-month-old, and she was with her boyfriend, and he let her know, I want to let you know that I'm now considering you for the role of my wife. But 2 things. You're going to have to, A, get my house back in order, because this place is a wreck. Like, you're just not taking care of the house. And B, you're going to have to get your body back, because let's be honest, you let that sucker go. And when you get that back, and here's the deal. She was calling me to ask how she could be more disciplined. And I was like, oh, honey, like, oh, man, I've got a few friends that would not mind going back to jail. What's his address? All right. So it's easy when somebody is gaslighting you so bad, is so out to lunch.
You think you're the crazy
You start to look
one.
in the mirror and be like, "Oh, clearly it's me.
I'm the problem. It's not them."
Yes.
They've been very clear that it's not them. It's me. I'm the problem.
Yes.
Wow. So this is an abusive relationship, very clearly.
But it's an insane relationship. But here's the thing. I do want to call out to there's I don't have 10 million people listening right now. Half of you, and I know it's half of you because that's how much negative press we get. I'm not gonna share a checking account. I'm not gonna share bills. We split this thing 50-50. This is the end result of that. And if it's not, if you're like, no, I mean, I would help with the baby. Where's your line, dude? When you set up a my life and your life and we're married under the same roof, this is the root of that crap that happens, right? This is the end result down the road of people who don't say, hey, we're married, we're in, come hell or high water, we're both in on this deal. This is that bull crap. Like, oh, sorry, bro, you should have just held out. Bro, somebody's driving a truck through you is like, well, man, you should have just hung out, man.
I don't know how this man is still alive, truthfully.
What an idiot, man.
So I don't know. I mean, truthfully, I don't know if this marriage is going to survive if this is how it continues, if this is the attitude towards it. And we know that divorce and money fights are one of the leading causes, money problems and money fights, leading cause of divorce.
Another leading cause of divorce
and it makes sense when you look at
being
this.
married to an idiot. That's another one. An absolute moron.
A poor choice was made at some point. But we teach people that you should combine finances 100% when you get married. No earlier. But as soon as you're married, combine finances, you're a team. It's it's not, well, that's your bill. So, well, I'll cover electricity. You cover the water. I got the food last month when we ate out. That's an insane way to live. If you wanted a roommate, don't get married. It's that simple.
Yes.
If you want to go back to being roommates, you can do that.
And by the way, for the first time in Ramsey show history, we're going to add a few other recommendations. Husbands, don't look at your wife and say, an epidural is a luxury. You could have waited a few more hours. Don't ever say that. Ever. Never say that. Lactation consultant, not a luxury. Not a luxury. Here's a thing, gentlemen, in case you don't know this. Babies have to eat. They have to eat. Here's another one. Nursery fee, so babies can stay in the room with you. Is it insane that hospitals charge that? Yes, it is. But I don't know. Throughout all of human history until about 60 years ago, babies always slept in the same room with their new parent. Like, dude, don't be insane. Don't be, George, this gets me, man.
I told you it was going to grind your gears, and I was right.
This is the opposite of hemorrhoids. This has got me so puckered up. I want to know this guy. I want to find this guy.
Wow, we went from visual to visceral. Thank you, John.
I can't, I'm just trying to imagine how this would go in my house. And
It wouldn't.
Here's what would happen. You and probably Dave and maybe Rachel, there'd be a couple of y'all at this desk, and there'd be a box of tissues, and you'd just be saying, like, John's dead. John's dead. And he won't be doing the show.
He had a good life.
He had a good life, but man, he sure was stupid when it came to one of his children being born.
Wow.